What's up, guys? Back at it with more Jujutsu Kaisen. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. But with that being said, we got to get into it because Yuta just showed up in tremendous fashion, running an absolute gauntlet, and we all loved it. Needless to say, we all loved it. Despite the fact that a triple domain expansion battle royale got destroyed and ruined and stolen from us by that piece of shit bug. I'm still pissed. Okay, not what we're talking about today. We got to keep going. Despite that, it was tremendous and we loved it. And we already knew Yuta was an absolute beast and he showed it, but you can always get a little bit more powerful. So today we got to take a little bit of a look back and see it all the different ways that Yuta got a nice little buff throughout all this. Number one, no matter what you do, if you are skilled at something and you perform it and do it at a high level, especially with some stakes to it, some pressure to it, and you get pushed even a little bit to the point where you have to take it seriously at all, you tend to get better at that thing. The best practice for a basketball player is to play in a basketball game against opposition of a at least similar skill level. Obviously, Yuta was the highest on the skill level out of all of the people in this little battle royale gauntlet, whatever you want to call it. But still, doing these things at a high level, being a sorcerer at a high level, you will get better at it. So no matter what, even if Yuta didn't get any other buffs throughout this, he got better, he got stronger through the experience. And before we move on, I need to talk about this just to kind of, reinforce and back up what I was just talking about. Yuta was going to get stiff competition here. I know he kind of walked up and just negged Daruv off screen. We didn't even get to see it, like it was no problem. And he was severely limiting himself against Kurorushi, and it was still a good fight. I get it, but when we were getting our introductions, let's not forget, Kurorushi was a registered special grade cursed spirit. So, considering he was in a deadlock with the other three, safe to say that all four of those individuals were similar in power level. So, if we have three people who are similar in power to a special grade cursed spirit, registered, he is special grade, no matter what anybody might say or think, he is. Stiff competition here. We're not dealing with slouches. We're dealing with very, very strong opponents. So, going past this and moving on to more ways that Yuta got a buff, one is extremely, extremely obvious. He got a new curse technique. In fact, he got a couple new curse techniques. He got Daruv's curse technique, so he can now use Shikigami to create domain barriers. I still don't understand exactly how that works, but I'm about it. Hopefully we get to see it again. He also got Uro's technique. So 2 whole new techniques got added to his mimicry supply inside of Rika, or whatever's going on there. So yeah, obvious and very clear buff. We'll take it. Quick question, is there any chance at all that the Fester Life Blade that Kurorushi used against Yuta, any chance at all that that is a curse tool that Yuta might have been able to pick up and give to Rika, because she she has that curse tool rack inside of her ribs that she just, which one do you want? Any chance? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. Either way, despite that, talking about Rika also kind of got a buff. Opened up that Cyclops eye, and I can't remember which one it was, fan translation or official, but one of them was just clearly and simply like, Rika has reached a new level. Why don't you just come out and say Rika got a buff? You can just write that in there. It's the same thing. It basically means the same thing. And considering Rika is basically a part of Yuta, already buffs Yuta by refilling his cursed energy and everything else, I'd say if Rika gets stronger, I'll just chalk that up as a buff for Yuta entirely. Now, on to my absolute favorite and probably the most questionable and probably hardly even really a buff at all, but I like it and I want it to be a thing. So, the end of the fight with Ryu and Yuta. The whole, okay, just this once with the whole, charge it up to max power. The narrator even said that Yuta's option or goal or intent should have been to quickly charge up to a high level and fire off before Ryu can reach max output. Because no matter what, at max output, Ryu is hitting harder than Yuta. Hell, you go back to Ryu's introduction, and it said he had the highest curse energy output out of all players. All players includes Yuta. This also goes back to me talking about Kurorushi being special grade and the fact that none of these people were soft to put it away. Yeah, either way, Yuta instead sees the smoldering gaze from Ryu and his 400 years of desire, and Ryu's want to just, fire it off at Max. Just see what happens, have a little fun. That was enough to convince Yuta that, okay, just this once. And they fire off the blast at Max. Then they continue to go on and fight, yada yada. The narrator even also said that Yuta may have never really found any joy in a fight. But thanks to Ryu, he did. Now, you could say, well, Yuta said just this once. The narrator said he'd never really find joy in a fight. All of these things. Sure, that is true, but you get to the end of the chapter, Yuta beats Ryu, and what's on Yuta's face? A big ol' smile. He was enjoying it, okay? He felt that. He felt joy for a fight. Internal feelings, things come from your heart, those just emotions that just rush forth. Those things are not things we personally control. Yuta had fun in a fight. Yuta learned how to enjoy fighting, at least in some capacity. Now, I don't expect Yuta to turn into Goku or Kenpachi Zaraki. I wouldn't really want him to. In fact, when you go that far, loving a fight that much, kinda turns into a nerf in some ways. Throwing a sensu bean to Cell to just, heal him up for no reason. Yeah, sure, to unlock Gohan's potential because he needed a strong opponent. Terrible father, okay? Or you go to Kenpachi Zaraki levels where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna mentally nerf myself so I can enjoy fighting you because I'm too strong. Okay, yeah, please don't do that, Yuta. Please do not do that. But yeah, either way, in some level, back to what I'm actually talking about, in some regards, Yuta learned how to enjoy a fight, how to enjoy fighting. Previously, I don't know if I ever saw any semblance of joy from Yuta during any kind of conflict or combat or anything like that. He just looked dead in his eyes, honestly. He still looks dead in his eyes for the most part in modern day. Cheer up a little bit, Yuta. Smile. Get those happy eyes going sometimes a little bit. It was nice to see that at the end of the chapter. Either way, yeah, this is, on some level, a buff. If you have two characters that are exactly the same across the board, the only difference is one does not like fighting and one loves fighting or enjoys fighting in some regard, that one's gonna win. I'm sorry. It's easier to push yourself to fight. It's easier to push yourself through pain when there's some kind of enjoyment in it. It's easier to do anything in life when you enjoy it. You're usually better at things that you enjoy. It's just how it is. So, start to learn how to like that a little bit. Gonna be that much better at it. And that is what I call a buff. Maybe not a huge one, but a little one. Now the techniques, those are actually probably a pretty big buff. I'm sorry, those are pretty good techniques to add to this just like versatile arsenal of mimicry techniques. Well, that was weird. I got so hyped I clapped and I accidentally did the boogie woogie. Been a while since I've done that on the channel. Let's give it a second go. Okay, gotta work on the landing. Yep, little rusty on that one. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this little gauntlet, everything that Yuta did. I absolutely loved it. I was about it the whole time. Kind of sad to see it go, but some things might still happen. I don't know. Uro's Kogane never popped up with points. Just saying, she could sneak up, pull something off. We might not be completely done. Either way, we might be completely done. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so I quit rambling. I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And more importantly, go down in the comments. Talk to me. I love talking to you guys. I respond to almost pretty much everybody. So, I'll see you down there. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out.